I found my wife's secret account, and she's been obsessed with my ex.
Whoa, that's a turn of events.
So I, male 36, met my wife, Bailey, female 33, 9 years ago through mutual coworkers, and we hit it off immediately. I fell absolutely head over heels with this woman. She was everything I was looking for. By the way, this comes from user MolassesStock6055, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I am Matt.
And I am Savannah.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to give you good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do in this certain situations. So let us know what you would do in the comments. I had gotten out of a toxic long-term relationship right before that with a woman Bailey had been acquainted with, but not friends with. I had her blocked on everything and had no contact with her since breaking up. We got married right after the tail end of the pandemic, bought our first house together, and started trying to conceive. That was difficult because Bailey has PCOS.
Oh.
But last year, she finally gave birth to our first daughter. Oh, congratulations,
Aww.
OP. I am having a blast being a dad. It's kind of a dream come true. I finally got my happy life with my perfect wife. My perfect wife. Until last Monday. It's always Mondays, isn't it? My laptop's battery crapped the bed, so I took up Bailey's work tablet with an attached keyboard. You can set it up like a monitor to check on some tax stuff. She wasn't home. It was just me and the baby. But we've never asked permission to use each other's devices. We've always been open like that. There's nothing for us to hide. Famous last words, that's what I thought.
Aw.
When I opened the internet, I noticed she had the incognito tab open. Never in a million years did I expect to discover what I did. My wife had a secret Google account with a photo album she called XX. In this Google album were over 300 photos, 348 actually, I took the time to count, of my ex. The woman I was with right before I met Bailey. The woman who tormented me and made me feel worthless. The album said it was started back right around the time Bailey and I started dating and was updated as recently as 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
The photos range from candid shots with family to pictures at her work functions. There were even pictures from her yearbook. I don't know how Bailey could have found her high school yearbook photos, photos from vacations, ID photos from work, photos of her in crowds, screenshots of videos, and screen recordings of videos. Just her. The other people in the photos would be scribbled out, or the photo would be cropped and zoomed in on just my ex. I'm scared.
That's strange.
Are you?
That's very strange. And I would be like, are you all right? That's
I'm scared.
Like obsession.
I'm like actually scared.
Oh, God. I want to know what's happening. What is going on?
Well, let's find out, shall we? There were other disturbing things I found too. There was another album with just zoomed up pictures of my ex's hair. Come to think of it, Bailey had recently started wearing her hair different, and my ex had a very identifiable hair type. There was another album with screenshots of comments on social media. Of course, I can't find them because I have her blocked, like Facebook groups she's in and public posts. And my ex is very low-key on social media. I can't imagine the lengths Bailey went to find them. My ex literally lives in another country now.
What?
There were also different links to the exact outfits she was wearing, like very specific blouses and trousers you'd have to really go looking for to find, a very specific water bottle I remember her purchasing, and identical hiking boots and sandals. So basically, my partner of almost a decade has been single white femaling my ex-girlfriend, has secretly stalked her to the point of buying her exact clothes and changing her hair. And now I'm starting to realize Bailey's new interests over the years were just my ex's. Bailey has turned herself into my ex.
Why? I don't. Why?
Terrifying.
Like, what is that doing for them?
It's maybe a jealousy thing because you were with them first. Everything feels like a lie. Our love feels like a lie. The things we share feel like a lie. I threw up and had a panic attack, as one should in this situation. I don't think anyone can fault you for that. I looked at our daughter and felt betrayed. I haven't confronted her yet. I don't know if I want to. I want to run away with our daughter. I want to print out all her pictures, leave them on the table, and disappear. I don't know what to do. I just want to throw up. Any advice? Advice. Talk to a lawyer now.
Yeah.
Talk to a bodyguard now.
That's like crazy, like to spend almost 10 years of like, you know, you started a life with this person and now all of a sudden you find this out. I'd be like, my life is over. Like, I hate that.
This is the point where you record a, if you're watching this, it means I'm dead. If you're watching this, it means she got to me. It's probably a lot of deep-seated insecurity or some other issue that she has, some maybe previous trauma, some insecurity, some desire to like be more than herself, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's something maybe that the husband mentioned about, the husband mentioned, OP mentioned about the ex-wife that kind of maybe got her thinking, maybe does he still think about her sometimes? There's something there. All right, we have an update. First, let me clear things up. No, I didn't actually throw up. I was in the middle of a panic attack. Private browsing. Tabs were open to the websites with clothing and objects. Another tab was signed into Google Photos. When I exited the Google Photo tab to look at the websites with clothing and came back, it was already signed out and I couldn't get back in. A lot of the clothing I recognized wasn't because I remembered my ex wearing them. They were more recent pictures of her in the file wearing them, and I remember the day Bailey bought the water bottle that also happened to be in the folder. The hair. Bailey and my ex are the same race, and my ex wore braids in a particular way. Not so particular that it's exclusive to my ex, because Bailey also had worn different braids, but seeing pictures of her made me put two and two together. Is there any way Bailey could have gotten with me in an attempt to get to my ex? Was Bailey possibly obsessed with my ex before she met me? Probably not, because Bailey grew up here and my ex originally moved here for university. And while you can drive across the border, it's not that easy, and I don't think Bailey was going back and forth to stalk her in person. Also, the reason why my ex and I broke up has nothing to do with Bailey and I, and she could not have had any involvement. On to the actual update. The next day, when I had calmed down, I called several social workers and therapists. I was planning to confront her there. Unfortunately, the only places that take our insurance did not have an opening for another couple weeks. So, despite what a lot of you think, I've known my wife for nearly a decade, and even while I was confused and upset and doubting things, I don't think she'd be a danger to me. We sure about that, OP? We sure about that, OP? We took baby to grandma's, and I asked her for her to go on a walk with me. Oh God, this is not going to end well. I did not beat around the bush and straight up told her I found the folder. Her face got very red and she was frozen, but also tried to play dumb at first. I was persistent and she started crying and begged me not to leave her. This is what I uncovered.
Here we go, the reasoning.
Bailey first started looking up my ex out of curiosity. To keep tabs, I guess. But over time, it became more pathological. It's like she got addicted to it, but she also wanted to please me. Okay, maybe I talked about my ex a lot more than I thought, and Bailey wanted to emulate the good parts. She told me she really doesn't know who she is, and my ex's image was something she latched onto because she had me first. See, it was the previous woman thing, I guess, a little bit there. Finding information about her became a game. Finding the clothing and objects became a game by searching things like blue water bottle, green stripe, until she couple compared a product to a photo and found the exact one. You can do puzzles, you know. You can do healthier puzzles than that.
That's true. You can just watch like SVU. I feel like that, you know.
The reason why I couldn't find the post wasn't because I had blocked my ex, but because my ex had made a new Facebook under a different name. Bailey found her profile by searching up a family member. She made fake social media and added enough mutual friends until she could see my ex's posts, and until her private Instagram accepted her. She weaseled her way into her exercise Facebook group where the videos were posted, and she searched her school on a yearbook website to find the yearbook pictures. Over time, she just collected the images and would get excited to find something new, despite the fact that my ex is extremely private on social media. The folder had originally been called Hex the Ex, in case I discovered it. She was going to make the excuse of saving the pictures to put a hex on her. When she made a burner Google account, she deleted the old folder and named the new one XX. Then she got sloppy and comfortable. And that's right around the time I just happened to open the work tablet. By the way, we won't consider it sloppy and unprofessional if you don't catch up right away, because you can always listen to full episodes just like this one. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite platform and search OK Storytime to catch up to where we are, and we won't think you're sloppy or weird or put a hex on you, you know? There is another relevant update.
Savannah.
Savannah.
Sorry, the hex is just throwing me.
Like, you're allowed to have different interests.
Exactly.
You're allowed to be different people. That's, I think, what makes relationships stronger is that you
Exactly.
learn new things through your differences.
Yeah.
You find new ways to connect, and even if you don't like them, that's fine. That means that you have your own things that are separate and that you can be passionate about.
Yes. I love it. I always think a partnership should be two people just living their lives together. Not that they have to form into each other and be like,
Yeah.
now we're the same person and we do everything together and we can never separate.
That's
Whatever.
suffocating.
That's too much. I
Yeah.
can't. I'm I'm gonna live my life, you're gonna live my life, and we're gonna live it together. And I think that is perfect harmony.
But we do have an update, so let's get into the update
Oh,
before
thank
Savannah
God.
loses it. We took a break. I'm taking a break from my voice, apparently. It was a while. We made it to couples counseling, and Bailey and I also began seeing separate therapists. She still has not had an assessment, but with a psychiatrist. But it's on the list. She promised to stop and deleted the album in front of me. Slowly, certain clothing items began to disappear from the closet. I still do not entirely trust her, and that is for me to work on. I mean, I wouldn't trust her either. I'm afraid she has another secret account somewhere, like a backup. See, I told you. It's a
Yeah.
backup account. The physical mimicking is actually stopping, though, including the hair change. We're still not okay. I want us to be okay, and it's okay if that takes time. Okay? If we end up not being okay, then that's something I have to deal with. What I do know is that my wife is incredibly insecure, probably mentally ill, and is misled. I don't really want to walk away from that. But we can walk away from this story because it is done.
Oh, OP, you made me cry. Just kidding, I did that to myself. But oh my God, what was I even talking about? I would leave, but the thing is, you have a kid, and it's hard when you have a kid because now you have to integrate them into how this is gonna work and the whole custody thing and all that, blah blah blah, and that's really hard. Oh, lawyer. I thought you said liar, and I was like, no,
Oh,
that's
no.
how I feel.
Lawyer. I should enunciate my words better.
No, it was just honestly, that entire story was crazy.
It's surprisingly
Crazy.
common for relationships like this and stories that I've read on the interwebs.
I just could not fathom.
There's a lot
I
of
don't wanna
jealousy and
be-
insecurity,
Yeah.
and they're looking for something else to make them more appealing.
Yeah,
I
see,
think.
I hate that. I just wish everyone was really confident in themselves and could just be yeah, this is who I am and I'm comfortable with it. I am who I am and Sorry, is it just me?
I respect that so much, yo.
I've never ever tried to be anyone else. It's so hard. My husband couldn't care less about my illness, so I left.
That leaves me feeling sick to my stomach.
Yeah, right? I feel bad already. There are trigger warnings here of mentions of abuse. So if you don't want to hear that, you don't have to listen to this. My husband, 26 male, and I, 24 female, have been married for a few years and have a baby. We had relationship issues after the baby, but I thought we had resolved them, and he promised he would be better and all that. He did get better. He did his share around the house, and house chores aren't a big issue because he just does what needs to be done without complaint or comment. But something at the back of my head felt off. By the way, this comes from Throw RA Constant. And if you want to submit your own stories, you can go to the OK Storytime subreddit. I am Savannah.
I am Matt.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to give some good advice, goofly, but we do not have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you do in the comments. As OP says, I never really explored the nagging feeling, but now I realize that he never showed me any extra care. In fact, He gets upset or easily frustrated with me if I cause any extra inconvenience. I'm not sure how I didn't notice until now. 2 days ago, I think I got sick. I was feeling that gross, thick skin feeling and kind of lightheaded, and by nighttime, I was shivering and freezing. I was still able to function, so I didn't think much of it. I complained to my husband about it, and then we went to sleep. Yesterday, I woke up feeling like my bones were made of lead. Ouch! I don't know how I functioned yesterday, but it felt like autopilot. My boss messaged me with some tasks, so I did them on my phone before my baby woke up. I rolled out of bed and somehow took my sister to school. I came back and worked some more. Usually I have the energy to flip between being a mom and working, but yesterday I just laid on the floor to work while my 1-year-old watched some Miss Rachel. Then I had to pick up my sister from school, come home to make dinner, and by the time my husband came home, I felt passed away on my feet. Anytime I moved, it felt like I was lagging and my body couldn't keep up. I told my husband this a few times. We ate, and I put the leftovers away and put the baby to sleep while my husband went to his office to do some quick work. After this, I don't really remember because my brain was foggy. I found myself in this office. We exchanged a few words, but I don't remember what. And the next thing I knew, I woke up alone in his office on the floor. That was...
Are you okay, OP?
Yeah, well...
Is this tiredness, or is there something like medically wrong?
Yeah, what happened? I felt so heavy and out of it. It took so much effort to get up, but when I got up, all the lights were off, the kitchen was untouched, and he was in bed. I just stood in the kitchen and realized that he just doesn't care. I already knew he wasn't going to clean the kitchen tomorrow and that he didn't care that I felt off. I had a busy day planned and I didn't have time to wash all the dishes the next day. So I loaded the dishwasher and then went to bed. I laid down and 5 minutes later, my husband very angrily told me to turn off the lights in the kitchen. At this point, I had no energy to deal with him, so I ignored him and fell asleep. The next morning, I woke up covered in sweat, but that gross feeling was gone. That's when I realized that I was sick. My husband was upset with me. He wouldn't talk or look at me and was stomping around. I tried to ask him about yesterday, but he just grumbled something about me confusing him.
Oh, so he's a child. You're married to a child. You're married to a little man baby. Throwing tantrums.
Yeah, for real. Everything from yesterday caught up, and I just can't see him the same. I realized that he has never taken care of me or done anything that was inconvenient for him. I've been sick before, and every time it's the same thing. He gets upset at me somehow. Why? Because you're sick and now you can't, do your normal tasks? A man, a true man, would pick the slack up. Be like, oh, my wife is sick in bed. I can I can help out. I can just do what she needs to do. I know it's not going to be forever. It'll probably be 2-3 days, a week maybe at most, unless it's a horrible disease that she all of a sudden has. But I can pick up the slack. And I feel like that's just a normal person would think that.
It's a partnership, right?
Right. After I had the baby, he was upset that nothing was kept up around the house. Yet he got angry with me when I fainted from overexertion at 2 weeks postpartum. Oh my, what? Who is this man? Get up, start doing the dishes. Oh, okay. Are you 5? Do I have to take care? Do I have another baby? Huh? I remember him yelling at me that I did this to myself and that it was my fault for not taking care of myself, even though just 2 days before he was telling me that he was angry with me for not keeping up with laundry and that I needed to clean the kitchen because it was starting to smell and he didn't want to cook anymore. Don't even get me started on how he never woke up at night. All these memories hit me and I am just disgusted by him. How did I not see this? What do I even do? Edit. He just texted me saying he's beat and could barely brush his teeth this morning. I don't even know what to respond. I can't believe I took care of this man every time he got sick and after 2 surgeries. Judgment, not the a-hole. Ooh, update 1 month later. Are we, what are we thinking? This guy's horrible, obviously.
This guy, leave. Take the baby and
Yeah.
leave because he's clearly not invested in you. And it's it's one thing that you've already passed out from exhaustion in the office. He just left you on the floor. He didn't check up on you. He didn't call, like, try to see if you're okay. He didn't call an ambulance. He didn't do any of the work in the kitchen. Like, what happens if something worse goes awry? Like, he's not doing anything to help you. He's not doing anything to help your child. He's just going to go to bed. That's it.
Yeah.
You need to either go to a therapist or leave or have an intervention of some sort.
Well, I mean, I don't know how long they've been together or whatever, but like it seems like these types of people don't change.
No.
Like they very much are set in their ways, and they want you to like be set. Like, you know, they want to be like, oh, you know, like you said you were going to do this. So like if you don't do it, I'm going to get angry.
Unless they're forced to change, there's going to be no motivation for them to do it. And even if they do, how long is that change going to stick around? Are they going to maybe try it out for a couple weeks, then go right back to where they were?
Exactly. That's how it usually is. Love those people. Anyway, we have an update. 1 month later. Whoop. I went to the hospital that day since a shocking percentage of people suspected he could have messed with something. But no.
At least he's not doing that.
However, he did say I had high blood pressure and recommended me to a cardiologist. I still have a month left before the appointment. When my husband got home from work, he was acting like everything was normal. I wanted to see if he would inquire at all about my fainting the night prior, but nothing. So after the baby was settled for the night, I asked him why I woke up alone in his office. He instantly got angry with me and seemed annoyed that I even brought it up. He said I was acting confusing and asked what he was supposed to do. According to him, I should have told him what I wanted him to do. I told him about my visit to the hospital, and he said that going to the hospital was a little much. I told him the doctor said I was showing signs of heart issues, likely caused by stress. He blew up on me. That's a crazy response. To be like, oh, I went to the doctor today and he said I might have heart problems. My first instinct is to be like, are you kidding me? How dare you? Like, you're so stressed. Blah, 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 blah. Who did this to you? And, you know, it's probably all those other people, but not me because I'm the greatest man out there.
Narcissism, lack of self-awareness, selfishness.
Yeah, I hate this man. OP, I hate him. He blew up on me, yelling that I was causing my own early grave and that it was my fault for not taking care of myself. Yep, my fault, sorry. With that, he closed himself in the room, leaving me to clean up after dinner alone again. Except I decided that I wouldn't. Yes, OP! You don't need to, and you shouldn't, because this man is horrible. So, I went on the couch and watched a movie. He came out suddenly friendly and flirty. No way. He tried to lay with me and ask what I was doing. He kept trying to act cute. And when I wasn't showing much response, he got angry and stormed off, locking me out of the bedroom. The next morning, I woke up to him slamming around the kitchen and cussing about how I couldn't even properly clean. I just went to the bedroom and went back to sleep, if you can call it that, because he kept doing things to keep me awake. Later that day, he complained about being hungry because I didn't make him breakfast or lunch. I mean, I can't. I gave myself a break day. I didn't work or focus on the house. I was just a mom and spent time with our baby. We went to the park, the library, and my in-laws. I tried to talk to my mother-in-law about the heart thing, and she responded with, poor husband's name. He's probably going to stress about this.
Well, we found where it comes from then.
Yeah, wait.
Gets that right from his mom.
That's crazy. That's when I realized I couldn't do this anymore. I got pizza for dinner and got home right after my husband. He was not happy, and it was different this time. I tried to ignore his obvious tension. He cleaned the kitchen very loudly, oh my god, and was muttering under his breath. I washed up our daughter and put her to bed, trying not to feel anxious. When I came out, he started talking very aggressively about how I'd been letting myself get lazy and how he wouldn't take my lack of effort. A relationship is a two-way street, he said. I started yelling back about how I cook, clean, and manage his child and work at the same time, so how is it that I'm the one who's lazy when he keeps expecting me to do even more? Things escalated, and it was not pretty. Then he left the house, and I called the police. My baby woke up. The neighbors came because they heard yelling and glass breaking, and it was chaos. Yikes. When he came back, he tried to say, I did everything. Oh, this man.
Record everything, OP.
Yes.
Record everything and lawyer
Yes.
up. That's just my mantra for tonight. Lawyer up.
Well, you can say you've listened to every single one of these podcasts. Because you can. You can listen to full episodes with stories like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, but what are we thinking?
I'm thinking you divorce this man and let his mom take care of him again.
True. Seems like mom
There's-
doesn't really
what does he
care.
do? What benefit does he add to your
Yeah.
life? He's already given you the child, which you clearly love. So, like, take the child and run.
I'm still trying to process everything. It all happened so fast. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had just sucked it up and didn't rebel. Would our relationship be fine? I have my first therapy session scheduled for next Tuesday, so I guess I'll talk about everything then. My husband is at his mom's now. Oh, okay, good. I'm at my grandmother's for now and have almost all my stuff out of our apartment. We have a temporary restraining order, and the official hearing is tomorrow morning. I'm scared, if I'm honest. I haven't seen him since that night. My daughter keeps asking me where her dad is, and I don't know what to tell her. There's my update. I feel so numb to it all. I could probably type much more that happened, but it already feels so long. Plus, I don't want to cry again. Oh, P. Aw.
Is there no update after that?
No.
What?
That's it.
No! Oh, P.
And
Are
he
you
ran
okay?
right back to his mom.
He went.
We called it.
I'm gonna put the ending to this.
And they lived happily ever after without
Separately.
this awful man.
And yeah, and OP and the baby lived a happy life without the man-child in the picture. And he, I don't know, passed away. Who knows what could have happened to him? It could have been.
He went to the apple orchard upstate.
He went to the great old apple tree in the sky.